Alright, so Infinite Warfare has another patch today, but still, no leaderboards or combat records. Yup, you heard it here first. I'm just kidding, you didn't hear it here first. You've probably seen it on Twitter and you've probably seen a whole bunch of people arguing about it by now. But yeah, I kinda want to touch over that for a couple seconds here at the start of this video, man. I see a lot of people getting so mad and tilted about this leaderboard fiasco with Infinite Warfare, and I get it. Leaderboards, they're a good thing to have in a Call of Duty game. I don't mind them myself. I really do love having a combat record. Now I know how much of a fucking nerd I sound like saying that, but you know, there's something about checking your stats every so often and reassuring yourself that you're above a 2.0 KD is something that you just like stroking it to occasionally. You know what I'm saying here? I'm just kidding, man, but like, yeah, I kinda like having a combat record because, well, you can check how many kills you've got with certain weapons. It's nice to have them, you know. It's nice to check your KD, your win-loss. I don't know, I kinda just like checking my stats occasionally. You know, have a little look over them sometimes. And it's just something I've always enjoyed doing, you know, checking my stats, seeing how many kills I have with a certain weapon, seeing how many days I have played, you know, stuff like that. It's something I genuinely enjoy in Call of Duty games. It's always something in the background that I never really appreciated until it's gone, and I feel bad about that. But yeah, Infinite Warfare, man, it's kind of disappointing that they still don't have leaderboards or combat records in the game, but at the same time, I see a lot of people complaining that there's no leaderboards or combat records, and it's like, well, I'd rather see Infinity Ward actually work on the real issues within the game, rather than just put in combat record and leaderboards. Because there's a lot of people that would probably complain if they were to put in leaderboards and combat records before they start patching glitches. That's one thing I think a lot of people would get mad about. So with that out of the way, that's just my 2 cents right there. I'd rather see them patch things than add in combat records, you know. I want to see them there eventually, don't get me wrong. It's just, I wouldn't mind seeing them patch all the glitches first, that's all I'm saying. But moving on to the main basis of this commentary, and what I want to talk about is Modern Warfare Remastered. Again, deep sigh. So, Modern Warfare Remastered, it seems that there's been another group of people data mining this game on PC, and it seems there's been some new findings as of recently. Well, remember that data mine where a lot of stuff was found in the game files, such as new weapons, such as the supply drop system in the first place? Well, not only that, but it seems that I do apologise for that. It seems that Raven Software have put the final touches on one of their new weapons. Now, that is this new assault rifle that they're working on, which I'm not going to show you, but I will leave a link for the image down in the description if you want to go and check it out. This weapon, they've finalised it and they've finished the models and the textures for this weapon, so no doubt they are planning on implementing this weapon into the game. Now I know a lot of people are going to say, well, maybe they just had leftover code in the game. You know, say for example, the game developers, they don't have time to rewrite the entire code every single year, so they'll reuse assets sometimes, or maybe they'll have some assets left over. Say for example, Advanced Warfare has a lot of assets from Modern Warfare 3, such as the RPG, but the RPG was never in Advanced Warfare. They're just there, you know, they don't get used, but they're there. And I know, it's a bit of a shame that they have some weapons and don't use them, but I don't know, man, it's just the way it is. But this new assault rifle, it clearly proves that Raven Software have plans of putting these weapons into the game because they put the finishing touches on them. There are new textures on these weapons. The last time we seen these weapons, they didn't have any textures for them, but they did have some textures, but they were very basic and very low resolution. But now they've been finished and they're quite high resolution images with high resolution textures, so you can tell that they have finished working out the 3D modelling for these weapons, which means that they are going to be implemented into the game at some point soon. Now, I'm going to say this right now, as much as I like to see the COD 4 weapon balance being retweaked, because I think there are some weapons which could do with a buff and some weapons which could do with a nerf, I don't want to see them adding in new weapons and causing a bit of a stir within the weapon balance, because it's already been established. We know what the weapon balance is in COD 4, we know what the food chain is in COD 4, you know, in terms of weapons. You know, obviously at the top of that food chain is the M16, and then obviously it goes down to like the AK-47, and then underneath that you've got the MP5, AK-74U, and it's just stuff like that, man. And adding in these new weapons changes that, and I get that it annoys the purists, but I don't know, man, I'm not too sure how I feel about them adding in new weapons. If they're giving them away for free or unlocking them by challenges, then I'm fine with that, but the thing is, a lot of people were trying to stick up for the Modern Warfare supply drops, and I can't say they're a good thing in the slightest. Well, just because you can unlock stuff with salvage doesn't mean it's a good thing. It costs an ungodly amount of salvage to earn some of these items. Say for example, if you want to buy one of these melee weapons, that will cost you most of your salvage. And when you think about how hard salvage and or scrap is to earn in Modern Warfare Remastered, you can start to see that it's a little bit frustrating that they're adding in these things to the game, because it's saying, well, you can either roll a dice for them or you can spend a long time grinding for them. This is going beyond the standard scumbaggy tactic within these microtransactions of saying, well, like Battlefield 1, what they've done with the shortcut kits this year. This isn't the first time for DICE doing that, or EA. You know, they'll say, well, it's going to take you a long time to rank up and earn all these items within the class, but here, you can spend, you know, a reasonable price, and you can unlock every single item in that class. Now, it's kind of like that, but a whole new level of scummy with the system in Modern Warfare Remastered, because it's like you're paying that to get one of these things, but you don't even know if you're gonna get it, man. I don't know, I'm not too keen on seeing these new weapons being added into the game, but as there is, as I'm on the subject of new things being added into the game, they're also adding in more attachments. Now, some of these attachments are from the campaign, some of them are completely new for Modern Warfare 1. A couple of them that I'm going to say right now that have been added in that are completely new is the heartbeat sensor, aka the heart bitch sensor, has returned to Modern Warfare Remastered. Praise the fucking Lord, hallelujah, let's go get our dicks sucked by some Asian prostitutes, right? No, I'm just kidding. These fucking heartbeat sensors, man, I hated them in Modern Warfare 2, and the thing is, there is no direct counter to them in Modern Warfare Remastered unless they're going to rework some of the perks to counter it. You know, unless some certain perks in Modern Warfare Remastered will be retweaked to counter the heartbeat sensors, then I don't see that as being fair, because as it stands, the heartbeat sensor is a completely new attachment, which means that it will pick up everybody in the game. Now, unless they're going to change it and say that, well, this guy has a heartbeat sensor, but you're using UAV jammer, which means that you don't appear on his heartbeat sensor. That would be fair in my opinion. It's just the way Raven worked this out that can make or break this. It won't break anything. It definitely won't break the game or weapon balance, but it definitely is one of those things that if they're going to add a counter to a perk that's already existing in Modern Warfare Remastered, it shows that Raven genuinely care about the community. If they add this heartbeat sensor in with no direct counter to it, then it just kind of shows you that they don't put a single thought into anything that they're adding into this game. It's all about balance, man. It's the way to go in Call of Duty games. You need to strike a balance. You can't just have something be blatantly overpowered. No, you can. The M16's blatantly overpowered, but yeah, there's different ways about that. But whatever, man. A couple more attachments that they've added in. Tactical knife. Oh, yay. Tactical knife. Great. We're going to get some more panic knifing in this game. But other than the tactical knife, they've also added in akimbo for the pistols, which means that you can run akimbo deagles in this game, which means that you can have akimbo exclusion zone desert eagles, which would look pretty damn sassy, I'm not gonna lie, but hey, that's pretty fucking dumb, because I don't like having deagles spammed at me, especially when you've got half of the COD community that don't know how to fire a deagle properly, and now that they're gonna have two of them to spray at you, it's, ooh, yeah, that's gonna be annoying. But for real, man, I don't know why they keep adding these attachments into the game. They don't really have a purpose being in the game. Speaking of pointless attachments that they're adding in, they're also adding in long barrel. Now, I'm not too sure if they're adding this for SMGs only, or if they're going to do a Black Ops 3 and add in long barrel for literally every weapon class, including the ARs and the pistols. I hope they don't do that. I hope it's only available for the SMGs. But, you know, it's just a rather confusing weapon attachment to add into the game. Another one that they're also adding in is the holographic sight from the campaign, which I think is fair enough. That always was a bit of a question that I asked myself, why isn't the holographic sight in multiplayer? Because the code does exist for it. You know, it's just another sight to look through. If anything, the holographic is an inferior scope or inferior reticle to the red dot sight. Optic, that's what you call it. It's an inferior optic choice to the red dot sight anyway, so if they add in holographic, you know, it's whatever, man. I don't really care too much about that, but yeah, man, some of the stuff that they're adding in is a little bit confusing, like tack knife, akimbo pistols, long barrel, heartbeat sensors. I guess we're gonna see how this plays out, man, but you know, I'm not too sure how this is gonna go for Modern Warfare Remastered. It sounds like instead of paying for COD Remastered, COD Online to be available on the rest of the world, it seems what they've done is turned COD Modern Warfare Remastered into Modern Warfare Remastered Online, you know, because obviously COD Online's like this game that's got a big, it's kind of like a compilation of all the Call of Duty games. It's got a lot of content from like Black Ops 2, Ghosts, it's got weapons from every single COD game, and that's pretty cool, but I don't like them doing that with Modern Warfare, you know. I wish they kept it standard, you know, I mean, but whatever, man, it's cool to have some more content in the game, but weapons and attachments is getting a little bit more questionable now. But as it stands, I don't really care what they do with this game, man, because honestly, I played it for the campaign, and that's all I really bought Modern Warfare Remastered for. The multiplayer is a bit of a disappointment with me, and as I've said before, I'm much more enjoying games like Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3, so I'm all set this year, man. I really don't care less about the Modern Warfare Remastered supply drops. They can do whatever the fuck they want with that game, I really don't give a shit. So yeah, I hope you guys have all enjoyed the video. It's been the Lone Courier, and I'm going to post a video tomorrow, don't worry about that. I'm not too sure what I'm going to talk about, but yeah, there will be a video tomorrow. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed the video. It's been the Lone Courier, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Also got a shout out from, well, didn't get a shout out, I got posted on TSG recently, so welcome to all you new guys from TSG. I hope you're enjoying the videos over here, because you know I do put quite a bit more effort in my videos now. That was quite an older video that you watched, and I'd like to say that I hold my content to a better standard now. I know this video is quite longer, but I'm trying to keep my videos a bit shorter now. This was a bit longer because it's a patch notes video. You need to take a bit more time to talk about stuff like this, but yeah, man, hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.